3, 2, 1. Scene start. A bright day in Dirge. Andy enters off-screen right. Approaches the Whispering Winds. It's a bright day for shopping, but will it be a bright day inside? The door swings open. Enter Whispering Winds.
Hello? I'm looking for a Sturm Bright Blade? The 11th? Is there, hello?
Hi. Yeah. I'm over here. Hi. Sorry, I was in the back. I just had to get something. The what? Can you say it again, please? I missed it.
Jennifer Coolidge? What? Why are you
hi.
the Whispering Winds? Right.
An air of mystery falls over the Whispering Winds. Everyone is equally confused.
I was getting ready for a roll, and suddenly I was just in this basement. There's all these knickknacks and things, and I started playing around with them, and it was kind of fun, so I thought I'd watch over the place for a bit.
Okay, I'm looking for the Sturm Bright Blade.
From upstairs, a second Jennifer Coolidge enters.
God, JC, have you seen the pledge and the dust racks? It's just a mess up there. Someone's got to take care. Oh, I didn't realize we had a customer. Hey.
Hey, yeah, she's looking for, I just forgot again. Can you please say it again? I'm so sorry.
Why are there two Jennifer Coolidges here? Sorry, it's, the Sturm Bright Blade, the 11th one.
The Blade of Sturm Bright. Yeah, I've heard of that.
Do you have it?
Oh, God, well, who has anything in this world, really? I mean, does anything really belong to anyone?
The second Jennifer Coolidge spins around, revealing a smaller Jennifer Coolidge upon their back.
The Blade of Sturm Bright?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was last wielded by J. Toledo, legendary warrior of the Blade of Sturm Bright.
Oh, 0011, yeah. J. Toledo.
I read a book about that. It was when I was flipping through the things. I was looking for the pledge, like you said, and I saw this book, and it had all these stories about this J. Toledo and this Sturm Blade, and it controlled some elements or something. It was wild.
Local law enforcement busts down the front door. All the Jennifer Coolidges begin to panic and flee.
Oh,
God.
my.
They're on to us.
Jeez.
Let's get out of here.
Oh my gosh. Wait,
Come on,
I think I know
little
how to
JC.
work.
No!
You gotta do the bend and snap. It works every time.
Brilliant.
Bend and snap.
Bend and snap.
Bend and snap.
Snap.
All Jennifer Coolidge's exit screen left. All that remains is Andy standing in the Whispering Winds, along with a seasoned, grizzled veteran of the police force, looking as if they were there but a moment too late.
I'm just gonna leave, if that's okay. I don't know what just happened, or why there were three of them, or one was slightly smaller.
Quick, girls, we gotta go.
You'll never catch me alive.
They went that way.
I left the hot dogs.
I'm
No.
gonna look for this blade. Thanks, J. Toledo, or whatever just happened in the store. Yeah.
Absolute cinema.
And scene.
Oh, wow, running that shop really took a lot out of me. I think I need to take a break. Girls, come on over here. Let's play Cinder Edge. It's a new solo TTRPG where you can die alone in the fire. Now, stick with me. You can bend your snapping way over to Kickstarter, and then, you can really just help manage your sanity, your health, and your mystic board, hold back the infernal blaze, and keep all those fires out of this. And maybe if you really do a good job, you'll get a hot dog. Oh, I could go for a hot dog. I want one real bad.
Welcome back to Mythcraft the podcast, the ties that bind. Let's meet our heroes of the heist, Maggie.
Nia Korahin. It would seem that we are on our way to a simpler place in time.
Andy.
Dr. Elix Sith. I've given a lot of job interviews before, but this is the first one that started out airing personal grievances.
Mal.
Orenda, that new hot sauce is really quite good.
Roger.
Geist. If I'm to be traveling, I should stock the crypt before leaving.
And Alex.
Gregory Orso. First cars, then now trains, and what's next? A giant flying metal bird?
And I'm your MC, Nathan. Let's jump in. Last time on The Ties That Bind, you all reconvened. You went back to the Cobbler's Cause. You met your new pseudo-member of the party. And now you are planning a train heist over breakfast and lots of hot sauce. Pete would spread a map of the nation of Valve out on another table. You know, imagine that if you're in the dining room, he's set up like a card table in the living room and he spread this out there. So people are going back and forth. Hugo is still eating lots of egg skillets and bringing more food out to people. But you've also got this map on the table that you can all look at, and it's got a legend that it corresponds to inches on a ruler so you can see how many miles everything is from everything else. Pete would explain the train is en route to Dirge as we speak. It's still a few days until it arrives, so we've got some time. We need to figure out how far out we want to intercept it, or if we want to let it enter into the city prior to robbing it. We could try a heist once it reaches Dirge, once it's already in the city or at the station. Doing so has some benefits, it has some risks. Allow me, I'll explain a few different areas where I imagine it would make sense to intercept it, and then I'll open it up for each of you to bring your own opinions, your own insights. So the train itself has left Granite Bay. As far as we're aware, it has not reached Riverside yet. Usually that's about 2.5 days, give or take, for a train to go from Granite Bay to Riverside, and then another day and a half from Riverside to Dirge. We could fairly easily set up a couple different places where we could intercept it between Riverside and Dirge. We could intercept it in the countryside if we leave tonight, and if we're all willing to be out of the city for a while. Of course, that raises suspicion, so that may not be the best solution. We could wait for it to get closer, intercept the train just a few miles outside of Dirge. We could plan on intercepting the train once it's in Dirge, either at the station or following the containers to the freight yard, or once the containers have been emptied and loaded into trucks, we could intercept the truck. The longer we wait, the more eyes there are likely to be on the operation itself. It seems to me that the best opportunity would be outside of the city, but not more than a day away, so that none of us are missed at our respective jobs. That said, I'm curious what you all think, what your initial impressions are.
I think we need coffee. Anybody else? Coffee? Coffee?
Always.
Yeah, I could go for some.
Coffee? 1, 2.
Might as well. Yes,
Coffee.
please.
Gregory, wait. Gregory, come back in. Where's Gregory?
You see him pacing outside and talking to himself and waving his arms around.
Gregory's having a moment, but pour him a cup. He'll be back, I'm sure.
You, Geist, was it?
Yes.
You,
How can
you
I
should
help
eat.
you?
What do you want?
Do we have any of the fried potatoes left?
No. Go. Make some if we don't. Just fried potatoes. You should have something else. On top of that, veggies, protein.
It's...
Can't think on an empty stomach. Come on.
Fine. He walks over to start getting some of the coffee and seeing what food options there are.
I was gonna make something. Why? You're not gonna eat anything. Go. Forget it. I'll just make something. Yux will just get up and go into the kitchen to make a bunch of coffee and cook Geist a breakfast. I don't need to be here for playing. You guys go ahead. Your job interview.
Right. Well, my initial thoughts were sort of the same. Might be best to try to intercept it outside of the city. And I think if we're not gone for more than a day, it's a good plan for appearances, whatnot.
Is there ever a, shift change that we're aware of? Like, when it gets to Riverside from Granite Bay, is there going to be a changeover in the men that are running the train?
Likely, but I don't have the exact roster.
That would be helpful. I was wondering if any of the men in the local union here might know some of the men up there. Not necessarily to put them on to anything that might be going on, but at the very least, if we have names, faces, could be useful.
Gather some information. I'll put Tony on that, see what he can round up.
It's a valuable idea, Nia. We might not have individuals on the inside, but if we could get some individuals on the payroll who might be aware of where the boxes are currently located, they might be able to be placed in a more advantageous location on the actual carts themselves. Make it easier for us.
This train, is it just for transport of like cargo, or is there any passenger element as well?
There would be passengers there towards the front of the train, cargo and whatnot toward the back of the train. Obviously, better to stay away from the passenger cars if possible. We will need disguises, obviously. We were all upstanding business owners in this room, and that can't get out. Those are arranged. I'll make sure that we all have those as needed. We'll need getaway cars. We already have all of the cocaine that we need to put into the boxes as we're getting the new experimental drugs out of the boxes.
At this time, Gregory will walk back in. He'll go to wherever there's a bottle of liquor, pick it up with like a shot glass and pour himself a shot. Take the shot, try to find a cigarette around him as well.
Nia would be holding one up in anticipation.
He'll come over, he'll just take a drag, exhale it, and go, all right, catch me up.
Well, you're going to have to sit, and you're going to need to come together with some sort of breakfast order, because the tall one in there won't have it unless you come up with something, apparently.
Quite insistent.
Do you think they have those potatoes again?
No, they don't have them.
I don't know, just eggs then, whatever, who cares?
Potatoes are for celebrating and mourning. You both know that.
They can be planting potatoes too.
I'm sorry, Nia.
It's been too long. I ask about both. The shift changes, not just for the sake of potentially figuring out people who will be on board that we might be able to use to our advantage, but also the proximity of passengers, because I'm wondering if we shouldn't have maybe some distractions on backup if need be. And if we know the distance between cars of passenger and cargo, and then we also know potentially the people working on the train, might be to our benefit.
All of that is information that I should be able to gather with some reliability, especially after Tony gathers his contacts in the labor unions around the city. I agree that having distractions on backup as needed is prudent. The specs of the train should not be difficult to acquire. I mean, it's approximately the same run multiple times a month, approximately the same number of passenger cars and of freight cars. Train robberies, they have happened before, and as such, the trains are guarded. We do not want any fatalities. We'll need to subdue the guards because murder leads to scrutiny, something that we already have too much of. Furthermore, if we were to kill any of the guards who happen to be cartel affiliated, well, that kind of puts a damper on the application process to work with those individuals.
Do we have any information on the groups that have attempted the robberies in the past? I know that you've said you'll have disguises for us, but if we have information on who these groups are, we could try to simulate their robberies, so further dissuade them from finding and looking at us.
Right, yeah, there's a organization, the legend and the fact is all tangled between them, but I believe they go by the Gentlemen Brigands.
Interesting. Well, we could do our best to attempt to emulate this other organization.
We certainly could. Now, provided that they are real, and I have no reason to believe that they aren't, just that the legends around them get all tangled. They seem to be competent enough that they wouldn't have gotten caught unless they wanted to.
No, I'm sure they must have calling cards of some kind. They choose a certain mile marker. They always ensure that they're attempting to board the train at a certain time of day. There has to be something that would be, at least similar enough.
Right.
Well, for what it's worth, I think we should do it at the edge of our comfort distance outside of Dirge. If we fail and we make a mistake, the further away from the city we are, the more time we have for a second attempt.
I agree with that.
I like Geist's idea of trying to be as far out of the city as possible. I'm just trying to think, how far out do we go?
Right, how long can each of us be out of the city without raising suspicion? Rindo, you own a business, so if you say you need to leave it in the hands of your subordinates for some time, I don't believe anyone would question that.
No, I've had to do that before. It's fine.
Gregory, I would imagine that the Red Line Press allows the journalists to come and go, believing that they're pursuing stories.
Yeah, that's not too hard to get out of there. I can probably tell my family that I don't know, a work trip or something.
Right. You could even release a piece about train robberies if you wish. Throw any investigations off the scent of us after the case.
Well, that's true. Gregory puts out his notebook and writes a little something down.
Geist, I don't mean to offend, but I know things have been slow at the Whispering Winds lately.
Yes, very well said, Pete. Things have been slow at the Whispering Winds. I think it could do without me for a couple of days.
And yeah, I believe that leaves you to be the most complicated. Well, you and Dr. Stith, once she returns, to be the most complicated conundra to work through.
I can put most of my evening gig work on the back burner for a couple of days. It's the youths that I'm concerned about. I'm going to have to find somebody to run that. Probably a couple of different meetings, and pretty sure there's some sort of derby or something coming up that they're going to be needing to build or bake or plant something for. God only knows, but I'll figure it out. I've got plenty of mothers who are eager to be of assistance.
Right. And the mayoral events and all of that, there's nothing in the coming week that will cause conflict there.
Not thus far. I can do my best to just try to make sure that doesn't happen, but...
Right. And the ongoing litigation against us, you know, if all of the Trubies were suddenly to disappear for a short time, that would be inexcusable. We will have to figure out which Trubies stay behind to represent the family's wishes and which accompany you on the heist.
How many are we talking to come with us?
Let's figure out how many specialized roles we need and work backwards from there. We'll need drivers. We'll need at least a couple people to get into the train and make the swap. Probably a couple more to keep watch in the train cars while the others are making the swap. We're up to about 6 already. How many cars do we need? If we only need one driver, 2 lookouts, 2 what would you call them? 2 people to swap the goods, 2 swappers. That's a team of 5. I mean, theoretically, you wouldn't need any of us, but I also do not want to. This has to be successful. This is our last shot.
Right.
If we don't get funding, that spells the end of the cobblers. If we piss off the cartel, that likely also spells the end of the cobblers.
Elix walks back in at that point. Yeah, no kidding, Pete. Then she's got a bunch of cups of coffee all balanced, and on the other she's got a plate that's got a nice cooked pepper stuffed with eggs and pepper pieces and various veggies with 2 fried eggs on the side. All right, order's up. Places all the coffee up. Hands the plate to Geist. Eat it. Gregory, you're back. Excellent. So how much of the drugs are you... Oh, you're welcome. How many of the drugs are you stealing? Are you stealing the whole shipment? Are we stealing part of the shipment?
Well, the intent is to take all of the new drug and leave everything else in the hands of the gold boots for now.
Mm-hmm. And you think it's going to all be labeled very nice and clean?
No, I certainly did not think that the cartel would be orderly.
There's order, and then there's labeling in obvious ways, Pete. We're not just going to put a box on a train cart and label it drugs.
That's where we've been doing it wrong this whole time, clearly.
Sorry, your plan. I'll just sit back.
You learn something new every day.
Gregory had picked up a coffee, but he's just slack-jawed right now, looking at Elix, because he's like, who is this doctor that was treating my father? He's just completely dumbfounded, staring at her with his coffee. What the fuck?
Why's your mouth open? Too hot?
He blows in the coffee. Yeah, it's
Sorry.
too hot, we could say that, yeah.
Right, 1 driver, 1 person to protect the driver, 2 swappers, 2 people to protect the swappers. That's a team of 6.
It appears we need some type of label maker as well, and an identifier of goods.
Well, if the goods themselves are not labeled, we don't need to add a label. That would be just overcomplicating everything. We do need an identifier, though.
I must have misunderstood the instructions. Apologies.
Seems to be a lot of misunderstandings with you lately.
I think he just squeezes onto the mug itself. It probably breaks the handle off the mug, and the coffee just falls down to the table. But he still goes to take a drink, just holding onto the handle.
You dropped something.
Did I? He slurps it.
Mm-hmm. Rendo gets up and moves to the corner of the room with his back to the room for a little bit, and then he'll turn back around.
So 1 car, 6 people, and drugs. Is that what
2
I just
cars.
heard?
2 drivers, 2 protectors,
That's 4.
2 swappers, 2
Somebody
protectors off
be
the
writing this
swappers.
down.
I got it. Nia's just got her fingers up. We're up to 8.
The protectors of the swappers and or the swappers themselves should all simultaneously hold the dual role of also being identifiers. That way we don't have to carry additional people. No, not 10, it's still 8.
So the swappers or the protectors need to be able to also be identifiers, but
Correct.
not the driver, because the driver needs to stay in the driving position.
In the car. Right, they
'Cause
will be
they're
in the freight car to identify. They'll be in the automobile car, not the freight car, in order to drop people onto the train, pull them off of the train.
2 swappers. I would think you'd want your swappers. It sort of makes the most sense for me for them to be the ones who are doing also the trying
identifying.
and or identifying. Identifying probably a much better word.
Identifying, we're not trying on the heist.
How do we identify it unless we know what it is?
With a label.
Pete is just massaging his temple. It looks like he's already gone a little bit gray in the past 6 months. It looks like that's compounding actively before your eyes.
But Pete, I'm not saying that I'm going to send the swapper up there and tell him to get rip roaring and then try to swap. I'm just saying probably, like, if it's all this new thing, that's a pretty easy swap. If it's half this new thing, half cocaine, have them taste a little bit of one, and that they can be like, oh, this is cocaine, and they know not to take that one. We've all done cocaine. I mean, that's barely
I have not.
trying anything yet, right? All right, well, you all can then figure out, please.
Dr. Stith, I'm given to understand that the new drug has not yet been tested on humanoids, and that part of its delivery into Dirge is for you to oversee that.
Correct. I would not suggest just trying it. Though, you could be the first trial, so hey.
Preferably not on a train in the middle of a heist, though.
They shrugged.
Hey, who am I to... I mean, I told our previous companion not to do acid, and look where it got her, so I don't know.
The rest of the coffee handle mug shatters in Guy's stand. He holds it up like he's still holding on something, looks over to Elix. This coffee is very good.
As long as you eat the food, I don't care. Listen, I can develop a couple small vials for you to drop a little bit in and test whether or not it's cocaine or the new thing. That's not a big deal. It'll only take a couple seconds. I'm gonna throw you a bone here, because you seem like you need it. Then there's no doing drugs on trains.
I'll not lick a gift horse in the mouth. I think that's an excellent idea from the doctor.
I do too.
So the swappers will have testers, and the testers will identify for the swappers what they need to be swapping.
Alright, we can't keep adding more and more and more people to this, but if the swappers have kits that they use as testing,
That's,
then
I
yes.
believe, what
Yes.
was being implied, yes.
Correct.
That's what
Yes.
I interpreted it. Okay. Science.
Quick question. Who's the shot caller amongst all of you? Like, who's the one everybody defers to when things go bad?
I mean, technically it's me. He just ages 10 years in front of you.
So you're coming?
Provided that someone else represents the Trubies in court, then yes, I will come along.
You just glances at Bill.
Oh,
Right.
I had not considered that part. I had thought it might be better that Bill stay here, because then we have a bit of a more level head in the heist situation, and Bill, being loud, would make it seem pretty obvious that the Trubies were still in town, but that's kind of not where we want him to. She's just gonna lean in a little bit toward Pete. Has Bill ever had to stand court, like, properly?
Bill has been in a courtroom in various capacities as accused and as a witness both.
How's that usually go?
The admirable lawyers of Page and Teller have their hands full with him. It would be worse without them.
Grand.
No, I mean, there's 2 more Trubies. We shouldn't forget about my wife or my mother.
Oh, was pretty certain at least one, if not both, were going to stay behind in some capacity because, again, they're a good show on the street of Truby still being in town.
Now, I mean no disrespect. I'm sure, Pete, your presence would alleviate any unnecessary loss if you were to join us, but is your family in a situation where they can withstand any of you currently being outside of Dirge?
All of our planning today is to ascertain what path forward has the least risk associated with it.
Well, I don't know if I'm misspeaking here, but if this plan is set to ensure that your family is back on the up in the up, it might serve you best if you all remained here. I would certainly hate for something terrible to befall you all while you were gone on the road with us.
I'm inclined to agree. We have Tony, who, this endeavor seems particularly well suited to his skill set in some capacity. That leaves, we were up to 8, Nia.
Aye.
Anyone from the Sever side?
Gosh, I'm sure Hugo would be excited to, but I don't know if we want to draw that much attention to ourselves if we're arguing whether or not Bill should be in the equation.
Hugo is in the room.
He just looks back at Hugo.
Hugo just raises his spiked coffee.
Not wrong.
He knows. Could ask maybe the twins. Hell, if we're bringing Hugo, we may as well bring the twins.
Right. Yeah, Andy and Ollie seem like they can handle themselves.
Oh, and it'll be great fun. They always liked trains.
So, the twins, Hugo, Tony, the 5 of you, that's 9. Should figure out who to leave behind. Oh, where are we gonna get the cars? We're gonna have to steal the cars.
There weren't already cars?
Gregory, do you know where we might get a car?
Gregory sips his coffee.
Right, so we're gonna have to steal a couple cars. I mean, we can return them as soon as we're done. Hopefully or we'll stash them outside the city. Maybe they'll be of use to us later. Oh, right, and they've got to be large enough for a shipment of drugs and 8 people, or 4 per car plus drugs. I mean, well, the flatbacks would be ideal, or anything useful in delivery.
Gregory has not stopped sipping his coffee.
On that last word, Pete does stare directly at Gregory.
He holds the cup at his mouth for as long as he can, looking like he's taking a sip.
After about 8 seconds, Pete looks away like, okay, I won't push that one right now.
Gregory just thinks, it's a lease, I can't do that, it's a lease.
So we need 2 cars?
2 flatbed cars. Should be enough for the drugs in the back.
I mean, if we're in a pinch, I'm sure Andy and Ollie can figure out a way to acquire us 2 cars that match that description.
Very good. So we have we have 1 more than we need. We'll either leave Hugo or Tony behind. I'm sorry, Hugo, but it seems you're probably the one to drop from this.
He's wearing a prison jumpsuit.
It is a little obvious.
You know, I mean, it's not that much different from what the train conductors wear. I could blend in, just saying.
Get you a hat.
And hide this magnificent do.
And he just pats his high fade. Well, we have the team. We have individuals in the team who will procure vehicles. As Geist mentioned, it would be better to get as far from Dirge as possible before making the heist in case anything goes wrong, so that there is a chance that a second attempt can be mounted.
So now we just need to figure out who's doing what and when we need to leave once we get the cars.
Who's doing what, when you need to leave, at what point between Riverside and Dirge you plan on making the heist? Oh, this is why they made us go to school, isn't it? If a train leaves from Riverside at such and such time of the day and a car leaves from Dirge at such and such time, I should have paid more attention in 5th grade.
They teach you about train heists in 5th grade?
They teach you all kinds
The
of stuff that you
Dirge
don't
public
believe you'll
schooling
need.
system.
Huh.
How far is the road away from the tracks? This is both an Elix to P question and Andy to Nathan question.
Yeah, I'm taking it more as the latter right now because I think that Elix would probably know better than Pete, so we'll treat that as a completely above-the-board question instead of in character. So, asphalt roads definitely aren't a thing between cities right now. Well-traveled roads certainly are. They're more dirt than cobblestone, and they're made and maintained for centuries for horse and buggies to use. So they're fairly narrow. If you come up against another car going the opposite direction, one of you is going to have to move over to the shoulder to let the other one past. They would not be nearly as straight as the train tracks. They would meander a little bit around the hills, taking the route that would be the easiest on a buggy rather than the most direct route. So they would oscillate between very close to the tracks, a stone's throw, and 1 to 3 miles from the tracks, depending on what point you're at. So, assuming that the most well-maintained roads would be on this map as well, that Pete is looking at and having you all plan over, you could see a few key points that would be obvious places where the road brings you close to the tracks, and then maybe you'd have to do a little bit of off-roading, maybe you'd figure something else out, but you'd be relatively close to a good contact point. So we can attempt to board the train here, or here. The last being the closest to Riverside would give the possibility of a second opportunity. The problem is, if you attempt and you fail, the winding road for cars is going to be difficult to catch up to the train again, given that the train has a straight shot and the cars do not, unless you just travel along the tracks, which is rather conspicuous.
Well, even slight chance is better than no chance.
A slight chance at a second chance, you mean?
Right, yeah.
Right. Very good. I mean, if each of you are able to leave sometime at night or in the early morning, that will... let me measure real quick. Where's my ruler? What are we looking for? Oh, I hate math. Alright, that's what... my ruler disappeared.
How'd that happen?
I don't know, Rindo. If I did, I'd be a mathematician.
You'd be a magician.
Like he makes music?
Something like that, Gregory.
No, I think that's a mortician.
That's something else, Rindo. Alright, so we're looking at about a day and a half of driving at a normal pace. If you're rougher on the car, if you're more risky with the turns through the hilly passages, then you might be able to make better time. That, that's leaving later this afternoon. If you want to ensure that you have a possibility to have a second heist opportunity.
Yeah, how quickly can your brothers procure some vehicles?
I mean, if I tell them we need them by tonight, they will find them by tonight. I can't promise that anybody won't come looking for us shortly thereafter, but they'll find a way to get them.
To that point, if we're leaving tonight, then there's a few things I'll need some assistance wrapping up. I believe, Pete, you might be able to assist me with something, but we can chat offline, as they say.
What is that?
Off the magical line, It's caster talk.
I'll take your word for it then as a non-caster.
You wouldn't get it.
I don't think anyone gets it.
There's no coffee in his hand.
Alright, so we set the plan in motion today. We get the twins on the car problem, and you roll out tonight. Take turns driving so that you're all well rested.
I should not drive.
Everyone else take turns driving so that you're all well rested, yes.
What's the worst that could happen, Rindo?
There's no bridges.
There are steep hills.
There's no water.
That's
I feel like I'm
probably
missing
not true.
context here.
So if we crash, there's not a soft landing.
Okay.
But we'll know how to handle it because we've done it before.
I still don't think I should drive.
I'll drive. I will drive.
Sorry, Elix, I drove a car off a bridge once. It was my first time driving.
Oh,
Pete slowly face palms.
thank you
We're
for
fine.
the context.
We were fine. Everyone was fine.
We're here.
We're
so.
in. Okay, sure. Rendo doesn't drive, I understand now.
I'm not opposed. I never learned.
How is that it's been easily, 7-8 months since that? Like, how have you not yet learned? I felt
I've
such
been
an
a little
urge to learn after
preoccupied.
that. I suppose that's fair. You do own
Do
a
you
business.
want to learn?
Yeah, I don't see the harm in it. Might be good.
Teach you.
Really?
Yeah, I gotta bring my son through it anyways. Why not just have both of you in the car?
Sure, yeah.
It's a shame they're not still running that discount I showed you in the paper all those months ago.
Real shame. Gonna take a
Real
long
shame.
sip of his coffee.
Once we are with the plan in action, I understand that en route we'll be doing like swap outs so nobody's too tired. Who is the ultimate set of swappers, drivers, protectors?
Well, as I'll be here in the city, I think the leadership falls to you, Nia.
Right. I think Andy and Ollie would definitely be good candidates for swappers. They're strong. Tony, if he wanted to, unless he feels particularly strongly about driving. And, I mean, maybe Rendo or Geist, as far as the other two swappers go, if Tony would rather have one of the driving gigs.
Rendo, Geist, and Tony do seem to be the best candidates for protectors of the swappers.
Sorry. 2 drivers. 2 drivers
Yes.
protectors. That makes 4. Then I thought there were 4 swappers, or were there 2 swappers and 2 swapper protectors?
That, although there's no reason that the swapper protectors could not also help carry things. They just need to be eyes so that there's no ugly surprises.
Perfect. I think that's an excellent plan then, yes. The twins, and let's do Rendo and Tony. Rendo and Tony will be the guards for Andy and Ollie as the swappers. Geist, Gregory, myself will drive, or be guarding drivers. I'm missing one.
Pete points to Elix.
Right. I thought you were just making something for us to test
I
things
mean,
with.
I don't have to come. I can. Yeah.
It's you or Hugo, and frankly, I think you might be a better option in that scenario,
You're
personally.
not wrong at all.
Okay. All right. Very good. All right. So, just gonna look at Gregory and Elix and Geist. Who wants to drive?
I can drive, no problem.
I'm capable of driving. Would you like me to, Nia?
Would you like to, Geist?
Alex already said she would drive.
It's 2 cars, Gregory. 2 cars.
Oh,
I like to imagine we both look over to Gregory at the same time. There's 2. There's 2 of them.
you see Gregory's notebook? It is just tally marks crossed out over and over from all the counting that's been going on.
Elix will drive. Geist will drive. Gregory, what do you offer as protection?
Well, I was told I'm the sharpshooter, apparently.
Excuse
Did
me?
I or so?
Along with Tony, he is one of our best
Just wanted to
shots.
make sure that was still on the table.
Felix looks baffled.
Guys, I think that was a fluke. I haven't touched a gun since then. I don't know what was happening.
Well, be a good thing because if it's been a while.
Do we
and-
need him to drive? Can you drive?
I mean, I learned how 12 years ago. I never got my license.
You got this, mate. Renda's gonna slap him on the back.
Oh, jeez.
We'll have Gregory with Geist, and I'll sit with Elix. How about that?
Sounds remarkably comfortable. I have no reason to have any qualms about that.
Wait, yeah, I thought you were driving, didn't you say? So wouldn't it
I'm
be you
driving
and
there. I'll be too exhausted to drive back.
Gregory crossed out another tally mark list on his
He's
page.
gonna look at Pete and go, I understand it now. And just like, how do you?
Believe me, it doesn't get any easier. You've only been doing it for 5 minutes, Nia.
Shit. He's not wrong.
I'll be in Elix and Nia's car.
Definitely. I think Andy and Ollie would be. Oh, they won't like to be separated. They'll have to go with Gregory and Geist.
Right, and then Tony rides alongside you.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it seems that all of the pieces are in place, except, of course, for the 2 automobiles that we need to acquire.
Right. Need to get on that. Need to get a hold of them quickly. We don't have phones, do we?
Yes, you could use the magical
Fantasy
line.
telephones.
Telegraphs are a thing now.
Sweet.
Phones in any capacity are not yet.
Bet.
I imagine they travel by line of some kind. You're online on the telegraph line.
Telegraph to the twins.
It makes sense now. Thank you. Right.
And tell them to work their magic and describe roughly what they are needing. Nondescript, flat back vehicles that can fit 2 people in the front, 2 people on the back. Send.
We're gonna leave tonight, right? I have things I gotta take care of.
Yes,
before we
tend
can-
to anything you need to meet in out dump after sundown. I'll make sure
That name
that.
always makes me giggle.
Yes. So the stress plus the idiocy of that seems to have broken Pete a little bit. It is rather funny. Right, so yeah, make sure you have everything arranged that you need to and meet in out dump, and the cars will be there, the drugs will be there, you can all be on your way.
Great.
Grand.
Pete, do you have a moment for a quick conversation?
Yes,
Before we
I
split
knew there
off.
was someone who needed to speak with me. Please, Geist. And he'll walk outside with you.
Has Elix already left?
Oh, she's just hanging out.
Badass.
Hugo would wait for Elix to come over and just hang out.
Yeah, she'd go hang out with Hugo, make fun of everything that just happened.
Oh yeah, Hugo's all in on it.
As soon as Pete and Geist get outside, Rendo leans over to Nia. Did you see I made him laugh?
It was a good one. It was a good. I had to hold back. I'm not going to lie. I try really hard not to laugh at those kind of things in public, but that was pretty good. That was pretty good. Can I tell you a secret, Rindo?
Yeah, of course.
I told the twins to steal Gregory's cars.
Oh, Nia, you're bad.
Who's gonna get mad? Gregory?
Gregory gets up and he grabs the bottle that was next to him. He goes and sits in a corner, puts the bottle down, and then just has his head in his hands while sitting in a chair.
We're all
You see
doing
his
so
shoulders
mentally
start
well.
to shake slightly as if he's muffling cries.
Oh no! Let it be known that I was trying to say it quiet so he wouldn't hear me. I was just crying
He didn't hear you. It's unrelated.
Okay.
This was all.
Oh,
it's
just
all.
crying.
Everything's happening simultaneously.
Perfect. Even better.
Oi, Gregory, you alright, mate?
Without even lifting his hands up, he just goes, "I'm okay."
He's not okay.
He is not okay.
Outside, Pete would say, yes, Geist.
Yes, if I'm to be included in this and we're going to be traveling outside of the city, I'm going to need you to arrange the acquisition of some items. And I believe that this Dr. Stith may be able to assist you in doing so. If I am to be outside of the city, I need you to ask them to procure me several units of blood. 10 should do the trick.
10 units.
Yes, the going unit, I believe, whatever their measurements are.
A little bit more specificity would be helpful. I'm sure we can arrange to find
I
some
believe
blood.
they come in bags. 10 of them.
Does it have to be in bags? I'm a little concerned with
I prefer it
how
not to be in buckets.
he jerks his thumb over his shoulder. How that in there went, whatever that was. I'm not sure how much I should push her right now.
5.
I can get you blood. That's not a problem.
Okay,
Getting
how
blood from the
much?
hospital in bags is what the problem is.
Okay, well, who's your source?
I need to know how many units.
10, ideally. I'd settle for 5.
What measurement of unit are we speaking of, mate?
He begins to bring his hands forward. He's like, about like this much.
What is that, a liter?
That sounds like a lot to me, but I'm not certain. If you can get that much, yes.
10 liters of blood?
That sounds like better than what I ever could have asked for. Yes, if you could get 10 liters of blood, that would be great.
Okay, does it need to be humanoid?
Preferably.
But not necessarily. Because I know a butcher.
No, humanoid.
10 liters. How many liters per humanoid?
That's cool. And coming back again, Pete.
Right.
This was 6th grade. This was 6th and 7th grade Dirge.
The average adult humanoid body contains approximately 5 liters of blood, so that's 2 humanoids if we're dripping them dry. Where do I deposit the blood and how soon?
You can bring it to me. We can... it's challenging to transport that much. Do you know where you're going to be acquiring it from?
No. I mean, if it were smaller units, I'd give you some of my own. It's not that big of a deal, but I can't, for obvious reasons, drain myself dry.
No. You've got me interested in this concept of 10 liters, and now I can't walk back from it. That could keep me going for... Never mind. How soon do you think you could get this done?
I mean, before you need it before you leave?
I have to have it before I leave, yes.
It's broad daylight. Let me think. He's just head in his hands, just massaging his forehead.
Listen, if you can just get me 5 liters, that'll be fine.
I mean, that will be easier. 5 liters. Give it to you where?
I think Geist gives him, like, directions to meet him near the temple district, but not directly at the temple. Somewhere behind, so we can, like, dip into an alley and go into his secret Batcave undercroft.
Can I have guys make a luck check?
Make a blood check for you.
Roll for blood.
That makes sense. Yeah, it's a 5. It's a 5.
Right, it'll take some time. I should be able to get it. And what you want to meet in Bellowton, near the deli. I can arrange. Yeah, and you've got to be back in Out Dump by just after sunset. Right, okay, I'll meet you at the deli. He like looks up at the sun, looks at the shadow it's casting. Give me 4 hours.
I think with the first level of sincerity since showing up today, he looks at Pete probably directly in the eyes for the first time. Pete, I want you to know that this is remarkably important and I appreciate you doing this for me.
You're welcome. Is there anything else?
No. He just looks at him, looking, staring at him, gazing at him.
I think in a rare victory, Pete breaks eye contact first. It takes an uncomfortably long amount of time, but
That's all I've got.
The intensity and unhingedness of Geist eventually wins out. Pete blinks to deliberately break eye contact. It says, right, 4 hours, and then heads back
Right.
inside.
I'm gonna go take some food to go.
Back inside, is there any more planning going on between Rindo and Nia, or Helix and Hugo, or Gregory over in the corner?
Gregory's taking occasional pulls from the bottle.
Quick question. Could we see this happening outside?
See, but not here. Yeah.
Are they always that they're just staring and there was that whole uncomfortable it's not any of my business, but what is
Can you make a luck check?
yes.
I hope this is where all of my shit rolls went to. No, it's everybody.
That's a 2.
So next to Hugo, Bill would slump forward a little bit and he'd say, yeah, it's, there's this thing, but you're right. It's not really any of your business.
Heard, Bill. Heard. It's gonna be a fun car ride, everybody.
Hugo just laughs. I don't envy you. Although the twins are a hoot.
Twins aren't in my car, Hugo. I'm gonna go home. Nice meeting you all. This is great.
Yep, nice
See you
meeting
this
you.
evening.
Meet you too.
Gregory lifts one arm from his face and holds it up.
On her way out the door, she'd just pat Gregory on the shoulder. I don't know how you got here, but good job. She'd probably leave while Pete and Grace were still outside and just awkwardly scoop by them while they were having their staring contest.
And after you leave, Pete and Geist head back in. Geist, you said you went back in for food to go, right?
Yeah, I gotta put some food
Yeah.
to go.
For sure. Okay.
Take a whole skillet.
Honestly, it's probably gonna be very uncomfortable.
For no reason at all, can I have each of you make an initiative roll?
Why?
For no reason at all.
Can I just tell you it's sub 5 before I roll?
It's a 17.
It's a 5.
15.
You need new dice.
Dude, man, they're digital.
Oh, I also got a 17.
Okay.
17, 17, 15, 15, 5.
Mm-hmm.
We'll start with Rindo. Over the afternoon, we'll call it about, let's see, sunset, late summer. We'll say you've got about 8 hours. Are there any pressing matters you want to make sure that you tend to before heading to Outdump?
Checking in with Jackal and Elias, making sure that they're going to be good to hold down the fort for a little bit. And
Yep.
a little conversation with Selena, just to let her know, hey, I'm going to be out for a bit. I'll be back soon, promise.
She nods. She is used to that. It has been a while since anything big like this has come up. Nothing this major, since around 6 months ago. But obviously she was caught up in the middle of that too. So she communicates that she's confident that she and Elias and Jackal can hold down the fort, keep the new lease running.
And he's gonna give her a little kiss on the cheek.
Elix, before you head to Outdom, you've got 8 hours to set your affairs in order.
Yeah, she's going to be doing a lot in a short period of time. One, basically calling in sick at the hospital for the next couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
She would find Zeza and give Zeza the full rundown.
Elix, I just got word that Vernon's coming into town tonight.
Yeah.
I'll tell him you're out of town. I'm sure he'll get it.
Should probably tell him what's happening. He should know.
Should I know what's happening, or should I?
Yeah. Sorry. So you know how we work with the gold boots?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. The cobblers have decided that they want to be the new gold boots. Yeah. And they invited me in, and it started with a very uncomfortable apology from one dude to another, well, to Pete, which did not really resolve itself. And then there was a lot of tension and drama. I don't know what the hell's going on there. Hugo laughing his ass off. They made egg skillets. They were okay. But yeah, they're going to do a train heist. Like a full-on train heist.
Like a locomotive.
Yeah.
Like a train.
Mm-hmm. And they're going to switch the new drug for cocaine. So the gold boots just get cocaine and they get all the new drug.
Oh, what I wouldn't give for an unerring sphere. I want to see this.
Yeah, I wish I had one. I would just bring it with me. But yeah, so Vernon should probably know that's going on, because either they're going to fuck up horribly and the shipment's going to be fucked up, in which case that's not good. That's why I'm going. They're going to succeed, which means we got to work with them. Or they fail and it doesn't matter, but still the cowboys technically stealing from the cartel. Miles is probably going to want them dead. So if they don't succeed, it's going to go bad. And just going along, because like I said, train wreck. Literally.
Literally. Wait.
Mm-hmm.
How long do you have?
I don't know, 6 hours, 7 hours.
Okay, right. You remember my ex that died a few months ago?
Yeah, I think you went to her funeral. Mix?
Yeah, that's right. So I was listening in at the funeral a little bit. She worked at a strip club that had unerring spheres. Let me see if I can get you one, because this is too good to let go unrecorded.
Please, yeah, no, if you can, 100%. It's going in the car. There's 2 cars. We can technically have 2. I could hide one in the trunk.
I'll see what I can do.
If you only get one, I'll put it in mine. We got it. It's going to be funny. Vernon will get a kick out of it. If they succeed, I mean, what a better way to sell them to Miles, right?
Either way, it's insurance for you, showing exactly. I mean, you can play hostage too if it goes that way.
That's good.
Yeah.
I don't
looking
think
out for
I'll
you.
play hostage. Yeah. Anyways, it'll be fun. I'm driving. So just tell Vernon and everything. I don't think he's gonna be mad. He'll probably get a kick out of it too.
I imagine he will. He's gonna wake up the neighbors with his laugh when he hears about this.
And then if you could just keep an eye on Alfie and Evie.
Yeah, of course.
Should probably pack snacks. What do you think speaks train heist?
Peanuts for the peanut gallery.
Peanuts for the peanut gallery. Cookies? I don't have time for some cookies. I'll make some cookies too. Then I gotta go down to the lab too. Yeah, it'll be good. Then this new drug's coming in, so Vernon will be happy about that regardless. Thank you.
Of course. Good luck, I guess.
It'll be a story. It'll be a story to tell. It'll be a lesson. Can you imagine? Alfie's gonna get a kick out of this.
I'll be delighted to watch you spin that into a constructive lesson for your teenage son.
We'll see how it goes first. See how it goes. All right. Thank you, Ziza. And yeah, she'll meal prep for the house. She'll snack prep for the trip. She'll probably meal prep for the trip too, because they're gonna be gone for a couple of days, so we gotta have food. And she will go down in her lab and prep kit with 3 individual vials that will test for various things like alkalinity and pH and stuff like that. So she'd be able to say if it turned blue, pink, and colorless, it's cocaine. If it doesn't, it's very likely the new stuff.
Could I get 2 more luck checks? The first one is going to be on behalf of Zesa going to Rhonda's Rendezvous.
Hate not having a lucky character. All right. It's a 19.
Wow. What's it like?
Okay. The second luck check, which you can pitch a different skill if you think there's something relevant here for you, would be communication from the cartel about what to expect regarding the new drug. Because it's possible that they sent you a telegram, they like wired you some notes ahead of time, knowing that it's coming in a couple days for you to look over.
Could I pitch appraising for her?
Yes.
knowing
Yeah,
the
I mean,
general-
appraising would be like what you do once you get them, but yeah, I see the through line there.
Chemistry or alchemy would be when I get it.
Fair? Okay.
That's
Whoa.
a 28.
Poor Roger.
Bunch of bullshit. I've never seen such a high number.
Yeah, so Zesa wouldn't have opened it, but she'd hand you an envelope of a telegraph that came in. I actually haven't... I'm behind on this. I haven't set up a thieves' cant for the cartel yet. But whatever it is, Elix knows it and is able to decode it pretty easily. It will not actually be that hard to distinguish the normal cocaine from the new drug. The new drug is not powdered or like ground up yet. It is going to be delivered in sheets that look like green stained glass stacked in rows. And then it's supposed to be broken up and snorted later. But yeah, so it'll be very easy to tell what is what.
Cool. She's not going to share this to the car because she thinks it's funnier.
The report would also have some very basic information about what is intended to happen when someone takes this drug. It's supposed to be like cocaine or morphine in that it blends the heightened senses, the adrenaline rush, the alertness that you get from cocaine, dulls the pain the same way that morphine does. It's also supposed to do an exceptional job at prolonging someone's period of alertness, keeping them up longer, like super caffeine, right? Miles, one of the heads of the cartel, has taken to referring to it as something that lets you burn the candle wick at both ends.
Got it. Pretty green drug coming to town.
That's right. Next would be Nia. Obviously, Andy and Ollie have taken to the city to find some vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure they're very excited to be brought into the Cobbler Koryahin kind of inner circle, figure out a plan alongside you. Anything else that Nia would need to tend to before?
Yes. I think as she has been coordinating all of these little youth groups, she would have a running tally of any time a mother was like, let me know when I can do, and like want to be involved. And she's been holding on to it for a moment like this, where she is going to literally like call on all of them and just be like, I've had a family emergency and I have to leave the city for a couple of days. Can I trust y'all? And she would give everybody the rundown, knowing well they're all fully sorted to give children activities for a couple of days.
Yeah.
Beyond that, she would need to go home. She would need to freshen up. She would need to get Tinker, because Tinker is going to join her on this adventure. And she would just have a moment with him before they left the house, wherein she'd be putting on a precious little kerchief and a small little hat like a conductor would wear. Tinker, we're going on an adventure, and I am going to need you to be on your very best behavior. When I say best behavior, I mean I need you to work with me, my love. There's something very special about you. I think we might be able to utilize that. But if you decide, I'm gentle parenting right now, if you decide it's not the right thing for you in the moment, please just be quiet and still. Can you do that for me? Perfect. I knew you'd be good. She's like going to give him a treat, and she's going to get him all like situated. She's got like a little special like bag that she travels with him in. She'd get all of his little accoutrement that he's going to need, and she's going to get herself situated. And I think beyond that, she probably would have predetermined a place for her to maybe meet up with the twins and the cars to then meet everybody together, just so that she could be assured that they hadn't just totally blown it and gotten something that's useless.
Perfect. So a couple notes here. One, you do mechanically have full control of what form he chooses. Believe right now that's each time you finish a rest.
Sweet.
So we'll consider that over the course of the drive, even though technically you're not resting during that time. Second, on behalf of the twins, could you make a luck check?
Wow.
That's an at 20.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think we need anything else. We were going to go through, mechanics and vehicles. And no, a crit on your luck. I think that they are in good shape.
Perfect.
Poor guy just leaves
Sorry,
his keys
Gregory.
to hop out to get something.
Right. I
Something
mean,
like that.
coincidentally, Gregory, you show up at Craigslist and your father is all out of sorts.
I had a different order of things that I was going to do in my day, but I was going to go to Craigslist.
Okay, we'll start with the other stuff.
Okay, Gregory makes his way to the Red Line Press. He just is leaving a out of office little note on his desk. He's had to do it before, so I'll be away. If you need anything, I'll be back. Talk to me then. Then he makes his way to Craigslist.
Son, I stepped out for my lunch break, and when I came back, the car was gone. And your sister's working the bar today. She's not in. Did you take did we need mechanical repairs? I looked for the keys. The keys are gone too. Just pulled right out of the drawer.
What? Why did this happen?
Just I would have had to have been less than half an hour ago while I was on lunch break.
Jeez. Okay, hold on. He'll go into there and he'll find the insurance policy. Just ask around, see what happened, see if you can get any information from people around here. I mean, unfortunately, there have been a lot of carjackings in Dirge lately. I had a feeling this would happen.
Tell me
Got
about it.
insurance, so
Right.
I'll take this home. I'll get this locked up so we can keep it safe, and we'll take care of it. For now, I don't want you moving around too much if you can't. I don't want you running around doing deliveries, so just try to take it easy.
I mean, I can walk around. I'm not bedridden, Gregory.
Okay, well, just not at night. I need you safe at least.
He looks at you. There's a peculiar expression on his face, and then he just shakes his head. Gregory, when did you become my father?
I thought I could lose you.
Oh, right.
Hug your dad.
Yeah, he pulls
he
you
will.
in. He pulls you in. All right, I'm glad you got insurance. Let me see that. Can I get a either intellect or luck check to see how good your insurance policy is?
Oh my god, yeah.
It is Dirge.
I'm trying to think if I could argue history or forging.
You forge your insurance policy.
I love that.
It is Dirge. It is Dirge. Can I argue because he has an archivist, and I took for my second level profession, I took level 2 of barrister in mercantile. Could I argue history for him shopping around for deals and being a smart shopper in Dirge?
Yes.
23.
Yeah, it's a good insurance policy. Yep.
Oh, I knew this would pay off.
Yeah, it's not the cheapest by any stretch, but it's airtight. There's a slight idea that might begin to form in your head that if something happens to it on the heist, that might actually work out in your favor.
That was exactly why Gregory, on his way to Redline, he was thinking, he's like, they're going to take the car, aren't they? They're going to take the car. So when he got there, that's why he wasn't completely surprised. And he was like,
Yeah.
Let's get the insurance.
Yeah.
This could actually be kind of good.
Yeah.
And then after that, he wants to make his way home, just to store that away in his safe at home, keep it nice and locked up tight. And then he's gonna make his way upstairs and go into his closet. He's gonna pull out a chest. He's gonna open it up. Say, I knew I was gonna need this. Pull out some clothes. And this is his disguise for his neighbor, Geraldine Lacroix. She is an older woman who is often seen on her balcony just enjoying the sunshine and watching the neighborhood. Very calm, chill, keeps to herself mostly. Her biggest thing she does is like a morning walk around the neighborhood to get some fresh groceries for the day. Otherwise, just, chilling on that balcony.
Okay.
Locks away the insurance, has the costume, goes, I knew I would need this too.
Red heels.
Red heels.
Yeah. Before I forget, go ahead and make an intellect check, add disguising if you have it. Not for other people in the town necessarily calling you out, but to see if you need to reintroduce yourself to the party when you meet them at Outdump.
I'll save the luck point.
All right. Yeah, with a 12, it's a passable disguise for sure, but once you're up close with people, especially people that know you, they will realize that it's you.
Yeah, it's more people who don't know me
Right.
or Geraldine. They don't know her.
Amazing. Lastly, we'll come to Geist. Is there anything that you want to take care of before rendezvousing with Pete?
Actually, yeah, I've got some really messed up logic that I'd like to explore as Geist. And
Good.
I think the tasks that I sent Pete on is less about trusting him to accomplish it on my behalf and more about it's what he owes us and what he owes Nyx. I'm going to trail Pete the entire time he's going to try to get this blood. I want to make sure that he does it right, gets it done, and I need to just see it happen. There's this weird vindication of like, you weren't able to help anything day of, so this is how you're going to be helping to serve. Like, it's this weird, twisted, grim, dark logic, and he wants to see him acquire it.
Okay.
And so essentially, whenever they go to meet, he just wants to also be arriving there at the same time after following him all day.
All right. So go ahead and make either a dexterity or intellect check to stay hidden.
All right. We're going to go with evading. Oh my goodness. That's going to be a 23, actually.
Wow.
I'm more excited about that than I honestly should be.
Rightfully so.
Thank you.
Yeah, that is significantly above Pete's anticipation. So you, especially given that it's evading and not sneaking, it's broad daylight in a busy city. You're in and out of shops. You're on the other side of the road. You're on the same side of the road. You're doing lazy circles around him, stopping to tie your shoe when he gets too far behind, all of that. You've got it down to a science. And he is not looking for you. He's on a mission. He's... It would seem, given how high you rolled, you're able to keep close enough to him to get this sense a little bit. It would seem that he is relishing having a single straightforward job. It's like vacation for him. He doesn't have to worry about all of the family's plans. He's got one thing to do, and he is going to do it.
Yeah, he's on blood duty. It's simple.
Yeah, right. He leads you into south into Ash Stacks, and then west into Ingot territory of Bellowton. Given the late summer breeze and all of the heavy, overcast plumes of smoke and debris, particulates in the air, it's not difficult for him to find an area that is heavily concealed. Now, you're keeping up with him, but each of you are far removed from the prying eyes of the DPD. You watch as he finds an individual, strikes up conversation, shoves them against the wall, pulls a Molitor cloak out of their inner coat pocket, shakes this at their face, and then caps them. And then wraps the Molitor cloak around the wound to staunch the bleeding, shoves it over his shoulder, and makes his way through a series of very overcast alleyways, working his way up towards the deli where he agreed to meet you. He deposits the body in an empty crate about 3 blocks away, puts another crate on top of it at a slight angle so it looks like it's been there for a very long time, and then goes into a cafe for a late lunch, comes out 20 minutes later, makes his way to the deli, and then just starts window shopping a little bit. Oh, one more detail. In the alley right before he gets back to the main street, you're, maybe on the rooftop at this point watching him from the rafters or something, not falling through the awning this time. But
Respect. Thanks for that.
you would see him stop and then crouch down and look between some piles of trash. And as you lean in, you're a little bit further north from Ashtax, so it's still fairly hazy. Most of Bellowton is, but you can see a little bit more clearly at a distance. There's another body in this alleyway, and he's analyzing it. He's tracing his finger along a very fine cut in the cloth, and he's rubbing his chin, and he just nods and then stands and then goes out to the deli to meet you.
I think everything about this adventure was remarkably telling to Geist. The same way that Pete seemed almost simple-minded, focused. There was glee in only having one task to do. There was something similar in Geist. Just following, trailing someone. It feels comfortable. It feels normal. You don't have to have weird breakfast conversation and no one's forcing you to drink their coffee and stuff like that. Like, it's simple and it's nice. I think he's remarkably proud as well because there's a weird connection between Pete and himself in that moment. And he would meet with Pete, pretend that he wasn't following him, deny anything if it came up, accept the offering, and be done with it. If Pete wants to ask questions, that's on him, but otherwise, Gaius is going to give him a very much, oh yeah, thanks for the delivery. I'll take it from here.
Yeah. Pete would say, mate, I've got 2 bodies, 2 blood donations, that is. One is 3 blocks away, such and such. He gives you the coordinates of the crate where he stashed the first body. It would seem the lore keeper has struck again. I checked the incisions. They're very precise. Very, very little blood has escaped, so there's more but there's more blood contained within that body than within the one that I've brought. Take both, take one. I will help you move them if requested.
I can take care of the moving myself. This is marvelous news. You've done admirably. Thank you for this, Pete. Like I said earlier, I greatly appreciate this. They're doing something good.
Let's hope we all are.
I think he takes off to go get the bodies.
All right. Now, the lore keeper murders, while they were a little bit more frequent 6 months ago, they haven't completely stopped. It's been irregular, but there's been maybe 4 over the past 6 months. And this would be the 5th that you'd be aware of. You know, it pops up in the news every once in a while. Everyone freaks out about it for, 3 days, and then nothing happens and life goes on.
It's Dirge, right? So
It's Dirge.
yeah, it's Dirge.
It's just one serial killer out of any number of problems in the city.
Yeah, who knows how many serial killers this place has. I think he'll collect both. I don't even know. 6 months ago, I think he would have been remarkably interested in this information, and I don't want to leave you hanging on this, but I think he's just happy to have the bodies, and he wants to go get this process started. And once he is able to put in this surplus of donation into the cryocrypt, he feels much more comfortable about being away for a couple of days. I think he would probably try to connect with Mercia Vine and explain to her that he's doing some ritual. He's down there because they believe the place is haunted. He's got a lot of really good leeway to be like, hey, don't come down here for a couple of days. I'm trying some ritual. I'm going to try to smudge this place. I'm burning something down here. It's going to get messy. Like, just give me some space. I'll be back in a couple of days. We'll take care of it. We'll talk if it was successful or not.
Nothing that might spill out into the rest of the temple?
No.
Do we need to sage the place?
Absolute. No. This is something deeper and darker from below. You don't need to worry yourself about it, nor do you need to go down there. I will take care of this. This is why you've brought me in here, right?
That's right. Very well.
Thank you. Beyond that, I think Gaius is all set.
All right. So the 5 of you would convene as the sun sets in Outdump. Nia, Andy, and Ollie would appear in Outdump first. Outdump is one of the northernmost, actually it is the northernmost neighborhood in Dirge. And some wouldn't really even consider it Dirge at all. They'd consider it more a suburb would be a kind word, but they'd consider it an outgrowth of the city, a tumor that has attached itself to the city. It is heaping hills and valleys of trash, of metal rebar, of aluminum panels, of broken crates that have been rebuilt into shacks, into storage devices, into scaffolding, upon which piles and piles and piles of trash have continued to accumulate. The east of Outdump is a swamp where the toxic sludge from Dirge River would wash up and create this viscous, oily miasma through the east of Outdump. And then the west of Outdump is at least drier, but it's still just as filth-ridden, just as... I mean, the whole thing is a massive junkyard that has been built upon for generations rather than ever cleaned out. Imagine a landfill that is turned into a neighborhood for some people, an area of subsistence. Scrappers go here to scavenge things. People with nowhere left to turn might go here to avoid gang action or to avoid discovery from the police. It's not uncommon to witness someone here. It is uncommon to strike up conversation here. People will see you, they'll pretend they don't, and they'll move on their business. It is unusual to see working cars here, so that does draw some glances. But it draws glances from people with no recourse and with no connections. So you and your twin brothers are waiting with these cars, and presently Pete and Tony would approach in a car of their own, and they would begin to unload bags of cocaine into the flatbeds of your two cars. As this is transpiring, Elix, you would find the party. It is not hard to do in Outdump. It takes a little time just because of how sprawling the landfill is, but it's not hard to to see working vehicles.
Helix would show up with bags. Well, looks like you got the cars. Good job.
Yeah, the twins did well. Aye.
I brought food. We're gonna be gone for days. We need to eat.
Yeah, thank you. That's very good. All right, everybody. So, and she's just gonna keep like making sure things are getting into the trucks as they should. Pete, you did bring tarps, right? We're gonna need tarps for this.
Yep, yeah, they're in the back seat here.
As Nia goes, now not paying attention to Elix on purpose, she's gonna slip that unerring sphere underneath one of the seats in the truck with her bags.
Nice. Rindo would show up next.
Hey everyone, car's great. Perfect.
Twins did good. Grab a bag.
The cocaine continues to be transferred, and not long after that, there's this older lady that's making her way toward the group.
Wait, who's that?
Can we help you?
Oh, hello there, dearies. Nice night for a walk.
Does anybody have a gun?
Nia starts to reach
Tony
for
has
one.
a sniper rifle.
No, go do as you do. It's Dirge. She'll just walk up to the van and tear the sticker off and then go, if you're gonna use my car, at least take off my brand.
Does he always dress like this on jobs?
Pete is stricken. He's dumbfounded.
Yeah, no, first time I've seen him do this.
You dearies just think I'm gonna really come out here as myself? Crazy.
Pete gestures wordlessly to everyone else who is here without any disguise currently on.
Is that what you spent the last 8 hours doing?
Did you just have that?
Yes.
Why?
Okay.
You never know when you need it.
Fair.
I have a company, I have my family, I have my job to protect. I can't. Oh, no.
Are you gonna keep up the voice and everything with us the whole time?
Rendo, he's not in our car. Don't worry about it.
Drop it around you guys. I'm trying to stay consistent at least.
Pete claps Tony on the shoulder, heaves the last bag of cocaine over, wordlessly salutes, tiredly salutes, and then just gets in the car and drives away.
Geraldine gives a little curtsy.
Rendo shakes his head.
Elix, I believe, are, what should we call you, Nan? She's gonna look at Gregory like,
Geraldine Lacroix.
And I'm not
The
calling
whole
you that.
thing.
Geraldine actually is in your car. If you remember, the twins are with Rendo and I, and Geraldine and Geist.
I thought I was
Elix.
driving, and okay.
No,
You're
yeah,
the
no,
boss.
Nia,
You're the boss.
you said
was-
you were in Elix's car.
Did I? Very good. Right then.
You could change your mind.
No. She's gonna move her bag with Tinker in tow. My apologies. You're correct. I was mistaken. She's gonna put Tinker in the new car, or in the other car. Right.
Is that an animal?
Are you sure? Are you sure you should be bringing Tinker, Nia?
First off, to Elix, that is my son, to Rindo. I can't leave him alone. There's nobody to sit for him, right? It'll be fine. I have a plan. He has a hat. Everything will be fine.
Because a hat on a dog makes it all better.
Tinker looks up at Rindo with big puppy eyes.
Don't look at me like that, mate.
You really want me to leave that alone for 2 days in the house?
You know what? You do what you're gonna do, gestures to Gregory. You do what you're gonna do. I'm getting in the car.
He
I
curtsies.
brought food.
Perfect. Road snacks. I like this one.
And Geist shows up around this point.
I just walk up. I don't think I have any questions about sparkling water Miss LaCroix being here with us.
Hello, dearie.
Are you a new recruit? Will you be joining us?
Yes.
It's very good to have you. Will you be driving on the way there?
Oh no, my eyes aren't so good for driving anymore.
Then what is your purpose here?
She curtsies.
That does not answer my question. What is your role on this team?
Gregory as Geraldine looks around at everyone else is he really?
She provides some much needed class, Mr. Geist, and there'll be no more questions about Miss Geraldine's participation.
She's gonna keep you awake during the drive.
Very well. That is an important task.
Did you bring any of that granola, dearie?
How do you know about my granola? Who told you about that?
She curtsies again. A lover of snacks.
He takes a step forward. Who told you about my granola?
We were talking about snacks and someone said you might have granola.
Guy spins around incredulously. Who?
Rendo, leaning out of the car, puts his hands up in the air like, nope, not me.
See, he's raising his hand.
That's not what that means. You and I both know that.
Don't look at me. I don't know what granola you're fucking talking about.
I reach down to my side and I grab a water skin. I pass it to Geraldine.
No.
What's that? What's in there?
She grabs it. It's not set to milk, is it?
I said it's a mayonnaise.
Guys, I'm not doing this. We'll pass it back.
I think Geist is shocked to hear Gregory's voice come out of Geraldine.
Is this how you guys always are? Is this just I just want to know what I'm getting into here. This is...
I mean...
I thought the breakfast table was one thing, but it's just continued.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
This, if I'm being honest, feels probably the most organized we've been in some time. I mean, we all showed up at the same place when we were supposed to, with the things we said we were going to bring. That's a win. That's a win for this group, if I'm being honest.
Tony sticks his head
some
out
of
the car.
us
We gonna
even managed to be on time.
Are we gonna talk all night or are we gonna hit the road?
Sorry, it seemed as if somebody was making a comment to my general direction.
Sorry, what was that?
Everybody get in their feckin' cars.
I'm already in here.
I put snacks in your guys' car too.
Mia's gonna finish tucking the tarp just to make sure it's good and solid over everything. Nothing seems inconspicuous. She's gonna grab some loose trash just to toss over it too, just so it really does look just like stuff piled up in the back. She's gonna walk over to Geist and Geraldine's car with the twins, because they're with the twins. That's correct, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yes, just making sure. Just gonna look into both their cars and say, all right, everybody knows what they need to be doing. We're gonna head there, switch only when necessary, about halfway through. So we're gonna switch. Till then, everybody stay awake. Just gonna look back at the twins. None of your fucking driving games, you understand? I need this car to stay on the road to and fro.
And he just glances at Ollie and goes, "What's the worst that's ever happened with a car that's gotten the two of us involved?"
The fire.
You think that was the worst? Oh, you never heard about the time back in 09.
You mean the pig?
Shit, she did hear about it.
Oh yes, I know about the pig. And I know about the geese. So there'll be none of your pranks on this trip, do you understand?
There's a conversation mentally between them, right? One of them says, "No geese." The other one says, "None whatsoever." The first one says.
Just gonna look at Geraldine. Please take care of them. Please. That's it. That's all she's gonna say to that car. That's all she's gonna say to that car. Then she's gonna get in the other one. The other one's chill. She's less worried about that. It's why she chose to be in that one, if we're being real. Right. Did we ever decide who was going to lead on?
You know, no offense to our mates in the other vehicle, but I think we should.
Right. Yeah, that's probably wise. Get in gear and head on. Pat.
Yeah. The cars roll out. Remind me who's driving in each respective vehicle?
I think Nia's driving, and then they're going to do a switch to Elix for the heist.
Yeah. Perfect.
I interpreted our planning session as Geist driving during the heist, but I could be wrong. So I think I'm switching for the second half.
Okay. So Geraldine is driving there. This is
And then switching.
fantastic.
I see. Okay.
That's fantastic. Nia and Geraldine driving in a little, right, good.
Little convoy.
It's good.
Yeah.
I love it.
No one suspects an old woman.
Right. As the cars start to make their way through Outdump and towards the edge of Dirge, Andy and Ollie would lean up, one on either side of Geraldine. And Andy would say,
Right, Rotten trying to pump us for information at the wedding of our sister of all things.
and the other one would say,
Dirty trick it was. Dirty trick.
first one.
We may be short, but we have long memories.
Long memories, the second one says.
You know, if you two are gonna steal my car, the least you could do is shut the fuck up.
They both chuckle, and then Andy goes, "Hey, that's right, Ollie. You know, he's or she, Geraldine. They may be all right. All right.
They may be, maybe. How do you feel about geese, Geraldine?
I thought I said to shut the fuck up. Now sit down and shut the fuck up, or I'll pull this car over and give you a reason to shut up."
Ollie would glance at Andy.
She gonna make us turn this trip around? Is that what she's saying?
But then they would settle back. They'd occasionally make like a heckling remark, but they'd lean back and give you your personal space back.
To himself, he'll go, "You always listen to an old woman."
I think Geist is muttering to himself in the passenger seat, which one of us is really broken here?
As you're all leaving the city, I'd like for everyone to make a charisma check.
Oh no.
No skills, just flat charisma. Looking for a 10 or higher.
Okay.
Hey,
22 for Gregory.
It's a dirty 20 for Geist.
Brendo got a 2.
It's a 5 for Elix.
What car do y'all want to be in now?
Mine, still.
Still this one, yeah.
Honestly, fair.
Has not changed.
I suppose, in fairness, I should roll for the NPCs.
So Tony's is the 15, right?
Tony's is the 15 easily.
Okay.
Yeah. So, of those who rolled below a 10, that would be Dr. Stith, Rendo, and Andy. So, all of you, but particularly those three of you, feel a sense of loss as you roll out from Dirge. There's that moment when you're separating magnets from one another where you feel them still trying to pull before eventually giving up. That pent-up desire, that pent-up draw, is something that each of you feel before it passes from you as you head out into the forest, as you begin to make your way through the meandering, twisting and turning road through the hills and through the trees. Elix and Rendo and Andy, feeling it in an especially acute way, each of you are demoralized for the next 24 hours. Demoralized is not bad, it's just creatures attacking you have 1 TA, but you take that feeling especially hard. Rendo probably has never, actually certainly has never been outside of Dirge. Elix has, but has made her life for the past few years in the city, even with the occasional jaunt to Granite Bay. They're few and far between. And I think it's probably safe to say that Andy hasn't been outside of Dirge either. He's taking it similar to Rendo, even though he's lived, much, much longer than Rendo has. As each of you feel this sense of loss, this sense of yearning pass over and through you, the two cars disappear into the tree line, the headlights just marking out the road 10, 15 feet at a time as you crawl through the trees. About 4 hours pass, and the drivers swap as was prearranged. Roughly another 4 hours pass. You continue through the hills, through the dales, through the forest, and by the early wee hours of the morning, the slate gray, a couple hours before dawn, you reach the bend in the road that takes you out of the forest and alongside the train tracks for a decent stretch. It's a good runway. It's a good place to get up close to the train. The train itself should be here within the hour. This has been The Ties That Bind. Jump into our Discord, discord.gg/QRpublishing, to discuss this episode. Check out our Patreon, patreon.com/quasi-real-publishing, for a variety of subscription tiers. And until next time, keep crafting those myths.
Oh, hello there, dearies, and thank you so much for helping us load in these drugs. Okay, we've got Daniel Trout and Jesse Fish Grab. You guys really packed those boxes so good. Corey Griffin and Luke Williams. Oh, dearies, you guys just, everything was sorted so nicely. It made it so easy to find. And Blair Little, Ryan Scripter. Oh, you guys just made sure everything was so nice and clean. And it just felt so good to touch. My hands didn't get dirty, except with the drugs, but that's, who cares about that? And, oh, Michael and E and Tom, you two were just so sweet, and I don't know where we'd be without you. It just mean the world to me, and thank you all so much, dearies.